figured it was time for an update on the world's cheapest Corvette. It's no longer the world's cheapest 71 or chrome bumper C3. I think for what I've got into this now, you could probably buy two running, driving, driver quality chrome bumper C3s, but that doesn't matter. So as you can see, we've got it in primer. It's the first coat, and for the first time ever, it's actually all one color. And now you can really appreciate the wide body, the L88 flares. It really does look nice. And the hood as well. The hood took a huge amount of work because it had about 7 or 8 layers of paint on it, and you can see there the primer was a bit thin. And yeah, I started stripping the paint off of the hood, but there were certain areas around here that, in this corner here, where it peeled off and there was filler underneath, and it was just a complete mess. Took a lot of work, a lot of filler. And then there was a whole bunch of fiberglass repairs here, here, here. That one's still a bit visible, and that one as well needs a bit more work. I'm assuming that I've seen a few online that have cracked in exactly the same places. I'm assuming that's what happens. So that's probably the weak spot when a C3 gets front-ended. And then there was a whole bunch of repairs there, and then all along the bottom there. But we got there. I really don't enjoy doing fiberglass work, I know that for a fact. Flares look okay. I can see a few issues with the flares. The shape isn't quite right. I might give them a bit more attention. I don't know. You can sort of just see there it's not right. But again, I'm not a paint and body guy. I'm not an expert. I'm sort of just learning as I go along. This side turned out really nice. Obviously this flare was cut there, there and there. It was cut into 4 pieces to get the shape right, and the shape is perfect. The car is too high on this side. There's an issue with the spring on the back, but we'll come to that when I get around to reassembling it. Can't really see, but the exhaust cutouts are all, the whole panel is now glassed in, because I couldn't get a replacement bolt-in panel, so I just glassed in the old one. What else? All the weather stripping is out, door cards are out, glass is out as well. Again, all the weather stripping's off. And this is just a roll-on primer that I've put on, 1 pack or 1K or whatever you call it. And the plan is, or at least it was, to roller paint the car with enamel. And you can see I've experimented on this T-top, and it does look really nice from here, and it certainly looks a lot better on the camera than it does in real life, because up close it's definitely going to be a 10-footer. Up close, yeah, not so much. But then that paint will have cost me about £200 all in for the whole car. That's the primer and the top coat, and an adhesion promoter as well, versus potentially £3,000, £4,000, £5,000 for a professional paint job. And this is going to be a daily driver. It's not a show car, it's not a garage queen. It's going to be used, it's going to be subject to all the wear and tear that a car would be seeing out on the street, basically. So it really doesn't make sense to spend thousands on a paint job. And you know, from a distance, that T-top looks fantastic. It really does. The shine from that enamel paint is just unbelievable. And the other side is done. It's upstairs in the flat. I need to bring it down once it's dried. Problem is the temperature's dropped. It's about 2 or 3 degrees today, and that's way too cold to do anything else on the rest of the car. So it could be a bit of a wait until I get around to doing anything else. I don't want to take the doors off, otherwise I could do the doors, the hood and the T-tops upstairs, and then just the front and rear clam when the temperature comes up a bit. But I think I'll just wait and do it all in one go. But it really does look, seeing it all in one colour now, you can really appreciate the work that's gone into getting those flares right. As you can see on this side, it's really low. I don't know why. Something went wrong with the spring on the back at some point, but it's also on jack stands at the front, so that might be something to do with it. I'm not sure. We'll come back to that. But that's just an update. Obviously the front wheels are off because there's been a whole spate of Corvette thefts in London. That was in December. So I figured I'd take the wheels off and make this one slightly trickier to take away if somebody tried to. Thankfully nobody has, but I probably should invest in an alarm at some point once it's all together. This part has turned out really nice, where the egg crates, obviously this was cut up to there, so that's all new fiberglass there, and then still needs a little bit more attention, maybe with a file just to clean the edge of the filler up around there. Rocker panels are off. I managed to paint the inside of this door jamb here, but obviously with the car as it is, I can't open the other door, so I need to sort of reassemble it, move it over a little bit, work on the other side when the temperature comes up a bit. Dashboard is all in. Leather, oh, you can't really see through there, but it's all leather wrapped. Console's back in, steering column's there, but the dashboard that's all leather with white stitching. It looks really good. The only downside is you lose the speaker grills, so I'm going to put speakers in the kick panels. Seats look really tatty, but I've got brand new covers for those. New weather stripping, which is really expensive, really expensive. I think these two pieces here are almost £150 just for two pieces of weather stripping, and then there's a piece that goes in there that was missing. It seems to be missing from a lot of cars, that piece, so I'll have to order that. It's not available in the UK, that has to come from America. I'm going to rebuild all of the window tracks since they're out, replace the bushings, re-grease everything. There's no point taking them out and not doing that at this point. Probably do the same with the door locks as well, because they were a bit stiff. And fingers crossed, it should be on the road within a week or two of the weather or the temperature picking up, so I can just sort of crack on with the paintwork and then reassemble everything, and then have fun playing around with the Holly Sniper, which has had a new map created, but I haven't uploaded it yet, simply because I can't actually open this door enough to get in the car. And then obviously I need to do something about the steering wheel, because that looks a bit out of place now with everything else. Vintage air console or AC grills have been fitted as well, and the Dakota digital gauges that you can't see. Yeah, thought you guys might appreciate an update, and fingers crossed, should be on the road within the next hopefully 3 or 4 months. It's just all down to the weather now.